Hey, what's up YouTube, here is David or DBEE. Welcome back again to another video, and today we're doing a very different type of video than I usually do. A tier list, and we're doing a very specific tier list, to be exact. We're doing relics in SMITE today. Why I'm doing this: SMITE servers are under maintenance. I want to get a SMITE video out. I haven't posted in a while, so I'll try posting maybe one or two videos today and one or two videos tomorrow. We'll see how this goes. But relics. We all love them, we all hate to see them, but they exist in SMITE. They help us with a lot of things, from survivability to counterplay to engagement. They're great. They're just you just use them. They're, I think, incredible as a whole. It's just an item that everyone can get at a specific level, which you get one at the start of the game and you get one at level 12, a second one. So further on, if you're a beginner or if you are new to my channel, I give my own opinion on these things. Just because I say something's S plus doesn't mean everyone will agree with me. Just because something is C doesn't mean everyone will agree with me. It's just my opinion, how I feel about the relics, and obviously I'm going to be talking from my own experience. And I'm going to talk a little bit about popularity of them, a little bit, and I'll also be telling you when these relics are useful. So anyhow, starting out with Blink. Blink is an, I think, S plus item. It is so universally just, it can universally be used, basically. That's what I meant to say. You can use it basically practically on every single god. It's great for engagement, and it's actually decent for escaping. Believe it or not, I know you can't use it in combat, but the second you can dodge for a few seconds, you can easily blink away afterwards. I think it is just universally a great item for chasing. It's really good. It has basically infinite potential, and it's really useful on Guardians for burning beats, for example. Ares Blink combo, the oldest combo in the book, basically. Obviously there's older combos, but you get the idea. I think Blink is universally really good, and it has a very, very low cooldown. Well, not very, like, what is it, 120 seconds I believe, or 160? I don't know the exact number off the top of my head, but anyhow. Next we have Bracer. I'm gonna put Bracer in B. It's a good item in duel, I believe, and maybe solo lane. It's decent in those lanes, but the second you build some anti-healing, the value is obviously lost, because anti-healing will nerf this a good bit. And it's just in team fights, especially in Conquest, in the later stages, it doesn't have such a big impact compared to the other items. It's really good in duel though, don't get me wrong. Like, building this in duel is, I still believe it's a viable option. It's a very situational item, I believe, like very situational. And I think it's mainly viable in solo lane. Maybe some hunters could use it, but I would not build this on hunters unless your only purpose in that game is to box the enemy hunter and you don't care about anything else. But in general, it's also the popularity of the item, apart from duel, is not that great. Oh my god, I literally forget what this item is even called. Let's call this an anti-healing relic. Oh my god, what is this called? Okay, I'm putting this C because it's super situational, ridiculously situational. If they have a lot of anti-healing, if they have a lot of healing, buy this, simple, then it's perfect. Otherwise, it's just not much value, like, overall, compared to the other relics. It is, don't, by C, it just, it's very strict. Like, every relic technically is good, don't get me wrong. But I have to put some lower and I have to put some higher. This is a very, very good situational item. If they have a lot of healing, pop dash, huge anti-heal. And it affects whoever you hit. It's too situational though, I think. You won't see this often in games. You won't see this too often, unless maybe you're playing Ranked Joust, because a lot of healing characters can be played in there. For example, Afro is very popular in Ranked Joust. So maybe in those type of scenarios. But then you have counter picks and you have Tainted Seal. Like, I just don't think this item has that popularity and that, like, impact anymore. Next we have Frenzy. I think Frenzy is solid A tier. It's very good for objective push. Pop that on your hunter, easy towers, easy phoenixes, easy objectives. Even mid-team fights, just boost that damage. I think it's a solid item, honestly. It's just not many people pick it up because there are just, I think, better items. It's just solid. I really don't have much to say about that part. It's just solid. Perfect emblem. I'm gonna put a B tier. I think it's very situational. Also, its popularity is not that high as it used to be before. Very situational. I would really mainly buy this if you're really dominating, like ridiculously dominating, so you can even increase that lead. Just slow your enemy down. Makes the kills easier to secure. Maybe in certain scenarios it'll be good, but there's so many gods that can just cleanse this pretty easily that it's just not. I think it used to be better a few seasons back, but the popularity of this definitely has gone down. Okay, next we have meditation. Actually, I'm putting med at A. I understand it's a very noob-friendly relic, and you don't want to see this in your games. It's conquest, and the mid laner, solo laner, jungler, ADC, and support get med. You don't want to see this, apart from obviously assault. But like, you just don't want to see med everywhere, and especially on squishy characters. But as a support, this can help you lane. Like, this is just a solid early game item. Help you lane, help you sustain a bit, give you a bit of mana back. If your ADC is maybe struggles a little bit, and you're playing with a friend who you know that is struggling a little bit when it comes to sustaining a lane, just buy this. It's just HP and mana back. You can't really go wrong with this, but like obviously it suffers the same penalty that Bracer does, which is anti-healing will severely make this worse late game. But the thing about Med is it just has a bigger and better brother, which we will get to in a bit. Phantom Veil, I'm putting it in C tier because this is again super situational. Like, this mainly works against your Thors, your Kabrakens, your Odins. That is like mainly, I think, when you would get this, and some other gods, I don't know. But this is super situational. Let's be real, super situational. Not much to say about it. Great item if you're fighting against Odin or Cabra. Just great item. Next, beads S+. Getting out of CCs is so key. Like, CC is such an important aspect of Smite. Being able to negate that really helps you. Ares blinks you and ults you, use this easy, you're safe, you're bueno. Obviously he burns your beads, so you face later threats afterwards, but for the time being you're safe. Then you just have to worry about your positioning. This is my biggest combo for hunters, squishies, assassins, junglers, even mid laners. I love blink and beats. I just think these are really good items. Beads also, it has relatively short cooldown. Like, you can obviously burn the beads and then get out an ult afterwards. Ults will always have lower cooldown than relics, which makes sense because if beads and ults had the same cooldown basically, the ults just wouldn't work in the game because you would constantly cleanse them. But it's an S+ item. I think you need to run this on mid laners and duo and carries. Junglers probably can not run this, but like on mid laners and carries, I would always run beads. Essential. I think these two are basically essentials for me, especially. I don't care what I'm playing. I love blink. Like, I will go blink ADC if I'm having fun, man. It's just so fun. This might be a little controversial pick, but Sanctuary S+. I don't think it's as good at beads, because it just makes you damage immune. Okay, it's great if you have 3 Zeus charges on you and you time it perfectly and you don't die. It's great against any ults basically. You know, Poseidon ults you, bang, Sanctuary, easy. You don't take any damage. But my case for it being a little bit worse than beads is, if you already had good enough positioning, you would rarely take damage, if you get what I mean. Like, if you constantly rely on Sanctuary, I think that is a negative as a player. I understand sometimes you just don't have a choice. You get ganked out of nowhere. Who knows, Poseidon comes up or whatever, Kabraken, one-shot build, whatever, I get it. but over relying on this item will be your downfall. Because if you go, oh, if I sank I would have survived that scenario, I don't think you should have that type of mentality. This should be your last result, last result, whatever. You get what I'm talking about. This should be like, you know, you're about to die, okay, finally I'll pop it. Or you want to use it against an ult, like a Poseidon ult, Zeus ult, whatever. It's very strong though. Like most common, like if you're a beginner and you like, David, what relics I should use? This and this on any squishy character. Just I think it works, just no matter what character you put on, it just works. Sorry about that. And okay, next we have Shell. This is the bigger brother of Med. Why I prefer Shell over Med? For the simple fact, anti-healing. Why did I say lifesteal? Anti-healing doesn't affect Shell compared to Med. So okay, you don't get mana, but you get like a guaranteed amount of shield every time you use it. You don't get like countered by it. It's just solid. I think it's a very, very solid item. I think it's a bit better than Med for the fact that it really can't get countered that much. Obviously, unless someone's really burns or really fast, but it's just so solid. Like these are, I think, just go to relics. Like probably the most used relics in the game. All these four by a long shot. Torrents. You know, I'm gonna put Torrents in A. I would like Torrents. Torrents is okay. It's I wouldn't even call it situational. I would describe Torrents. If Torrents is all about timing, I believe. You need to know when to use Torrents. Because, okay, don't ever do this. Don't be any tanky god, or, okay, many tanky gods use it. Other gods can use it, but don't be that tanky god that, like, you see the enemy in front of you, you pop Torrents and you run towards them. Don't do that. You will not get any value out of your Torrents. Popping this, you pop this mid-team fight. Or mid-fight, mid 1v1, whatever. It gives you a breathing moment, because if the enemy sees it, they're okay, I need to stop doing big damage to him for a little bit, because I want to wait for Torrents to wear off. So it gives you a breathing moment to, I don't know, make your abilities come back from cooldown, give you time to assess the situation, know what's up, see if you need to engage or escape, see what's your next step. If they don't see it, they'll just kill themselves if they're a hunter. Like they'll just do ridiculous amount of damage to themselves because of Torrents. It's not as good as it used to be, I believe. I think Torrents also got a nerf like seasons ago, whatever. But I still think it's solid. I think it's super fun in Kuzambo as well. Like maybe I put it S+ just because of Kuzambo. Sprint. I'm gonna put Sprint with Horrific. I think it's the same. It's just the same scenario. They used to be really good. Now they're kind of overshadowed by like these items, I believe. It's Sprint or Heavenly Concealed. What is this called? Fuck it, who knows? I'm calling it Sprint. It's just solid. Like, okay, it's a nice item. Like it just moves your movement speed. It's pretty chill. I think it immunes you from slows when you use it. Or maybe it doesn't, but like I think Mercury has basically the exact same ability on this too. It is just not what it used to be. So would I recommend building this? Maybe if you're having fun, arena, sure. Maybe if the situation, maybe they have too many slows, or they have really gods with good escapes and you need to catch up to them. But if that's the case, Blink probably would have been better either way. Next we have Sunder. I'm gonna put Sunder also with Bracer. I think it's just better for duel, I believe. Cause like this item mainly focuses just on one target, so it's just way better in duel. In Conquest, it could work, I guess, in certain scenarios. Maybe in the ADC role, but at the same time in ADC you want these. You just really want these. You want to be as safe as possible. But it could work there. Maybe as the jungler. Maybe Sunder Blink combo. That could work for you if you're looking for like a quick burst. Very, very niche item. That's how I'm gonna describe it. I haven't used this in a while, so I'm not really sure about the statistics. But man, last time I used it, well, yeah, it was probably like season 6. It's just, you don't see it as much as you used to. Teleport Glyph. I'm gonna put it only as A because of Soul Lane and Conquest. Like, in other game modes, it's useless. Well, it's not useless, but like, it just doesn't have the same impact. In Conquest, it's super strong, helps Soul Lane. Just keep in the fighting, keep trading, back quickly, and get back to lane ASAP, basically. A good Soul Laner really could, like, never miss a wave if he uses this properly. Okay, that's over. Like, I mean, like, when laning. Obviously, if he goes team fighting, he'll miss waves. But you get the idea. It's just a solid item for Soul Lane. Other lanes, it's not really that useful. I mean, maybe for some backdoor potential, this could be great. But, like, if you see the whole enemy team building Teleport Glyph, you know you're gonna be wardening heavy then. Anyhow, I think this is it, actually. Any changes? Looking at it right now, to be honest, no. I think this is fair representation. But I remember, this is not like saying all the bottom ones are bad. They're more situational and more niche picks for specific things. Like, especially these two. Like, you wouldn't see these every single game for sure, especially Phantom or any other items. But apart from that, I think this is a pretty solid tier list. If you agree, comment down below. If you disagree, comment down below. Just remember, this is my opinion. Please don't freaking tear me apart. Anyhow, thank you guys for watching. It was the DBEE. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I'm gonna catch you guys next time. Peace out. Goodbye.